You know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
They just gave P. Diddy 4 years. Say that again. For taking 27 asses. 4 years.
Now, because this is a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things, like even in the area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so
for time.
Katt Williams has sparked fresh talk around 50 Cent's Diddy documentary, Sean Combs' The Reckoning. He claims important moments were removed, certain people were erased, and powerful figures were kept safe. According to him, what aired on Netflix may have been a softened version. Now, Katt is speaking more openly, and Kim Porter's name keeps coming up. Her death was labeled pneumonia, but many never accepted that story. Kim was deeply connected to Diddy's life and likely knew sensitive information, which some believe placed her at risk.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said it was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
That's why people felt upset seeing her barely mentioned in the documentary. Kim Porter deserved real focus. Now Ja Rule's name is back, after he publicly supported Diddy and denied seeing anything wrong.
You watching this Diddy trial?
I've been watching it. It's kind of nuts.
Don't tell me you've ever been to one of these FOs.
No, I ain't been to the FOs now. I've been to a regular Diddy party, yes.
You went to the white party?
Yeah, the good stuff.
Does any of this stun you, or are you like, yeah, I kind of knew that?
Nah, it's all kind of shocking seeing it. You know, me knowing Diddy, what I know of Diddy, I'm looking at some of this stuff and I'm like, wow, I didn't know he was capable of some of these things. So it's kind of shocking to me.
This is where things get confusing. Ja Rule's story began to change when old rumors and supposed videos came back up. First, he said he was never there. Later, he admitted being around but claimed no involvement. That shift made people suspicious. Gene Deal even alleged seeing Ja Rule and Diddy leave a room naked together, which Ja strongly denied and threatened legal action over. Still, questions remain. Which version is true? Changing details raises doubts, especially now. Meanwhile, Rasher Gray's name entered the discussion. Once a rising star, his career reportedly took a troubling turn amid powerful industry pressure.
They trying to sell him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present that tape.
He is reportedly taking legal action, saying jealousy and sabotage damaged his mental health. He claims he was used and thrown away. Others have hinted at similar behavior. None of this appeared in the documentary, and that silence feels telling. Now attention turns to Biggie. Before his mysterious death, Diddy's former bodyguard, Uncle Ron, made shocking claims, saying power and control were the real motives.
Jay-Z and Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me, believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times how he was tired of being used that he was bigger than Bad Boy itself. Somebody, and we ain't gonna call no more names, dangled a bogus contract in front of his face so he wouldn't leave the company. How I know I was there. Another thing, Jay-Z wanted him out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist around.
Ron claimed Jay-Z wanted Biggie gone to clear space at the top. He also said Diddy had motives, since Biggie allegedly planned to leave Bad Boy and keep his publishing rights.
You would get 100 people in the room. And out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man.
Ron claimed Diddy offered him $30,000 to kill Biggie days before the shooting.
I was offered $30,000 to perform a hit on Biggie Smalls. March 1st of 1997, I was approached by Diddy to perform a hit on one of his artists. Finding out that he wanted all the rights to all his catalogs. I turned him down because I also found out that very night that Biggie had plans of leaving Bad Boy. Biggie should have never been in California to promote an album with a broken fibula bone, who can barely walk. To go to another studio when Diddy has his own studio in New York.
No matter what people believe, one detail keeps questions alive. Diddy reportedly held Biggie's publishing rights until 2023. That alone fuels suspicion. Then Uncle Ron supposedly began speaking with federal agents, and weeks later he died. His online comments vanished too. While that proves nothing, it raises concern. The documentary barely mentioned this. Attention then shifts to Tupac Shakur. Theories around his death never faded. Years ago, 50 Cent openly accused Diddy through music, while Tupac himself once said he believed Diddy was linked to the New York shooting against him.
So do you think Puffy was involved in the shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows.
You know, when we go back to that in 1994, what do you think is the most important evidence from that?
To me, we don't have to look any more than Tupac's own words. He said when he got to the studio that night in 1994, Sean Combs and his entourage would not look at him.
After Tupac's killing, Keefe D was arrested in 2023, alleging Diddy offered $1 million bounty.
Well, in fact, you know, there was the rumor that after Pac got, Puffy gave Zip $1 million that was supposed to be handed over, and Zip ended up keeping it. And I remember when I interviewed TK Kirkland, who was actually roommates with Zip at one point. They were that close. He actually said, yeah.
The Fed said that too.
He said that actually.
TK Kirkland also hinted at similar claims surrounding the situation.
Well, the story that has circulated was that after Tupac got killed, Puffy allegedly gave the money.
I heard
to Zip.
Yes.
And Zip was supposed to give the money to Keefe.
Yes.
Recently, 50 Cent admitted removing Tupac-related footage from the documentary and shocked many by alleging Diddy secretly fathered a child with Tupac's former girlfriend.
Now, because this is a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make the It was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so he couldn't.
For time.
This fuels betrayal theories, suggesting someone close gained after Tupac's death. Excluding him from the documentary sent a strong message, but 50 promises more unreleased footage in the next series installment.
So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube. Well, we can subscribe and get it. I love it.
Now Jay-Z's name is coming up. He and Diddy shared parties, power, and business, with rumors suggesting their connection went beyond work.
Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Jay-Z only began pulling away once the RICO charges surfaced. He had already avoided one lawsuit linked to Diddy, but many wonder if that was just the beginning. In situations like this, when a system starts to crack, those closest to the center usually notice it last, not never. It's not just Katt Williams speaking out. Industry insiders like Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright have also raised concerns. They say the documentary didn't reveal a monster. It protected a system. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, explained that Netflix left out the most dangerous stories intentionally. He brought hours of footage, photos, and documents, yet was dismissed. He also said 50 Cent didn't truly control what aired, despite his name being everywhere, which completely changed how the story was told.
A lot of people want to know why you wasn't in it, man.
Well, first and foremost, I thought I was going to be in the documentary at first until I started talking to that director. I think her name is Stapleton. I don't know her name. The white chick, I don't know, man. Me and 50 talked like 45 minutes. The producers had been calling me and everything. So this one night, 50 called me up and, they got him on the phone, man. He was just talking. We was talking about old times, sit down with, you know what I'm saying? So the whole thing about why I'm not in the thing, the lady was talking greasy to me. She had no right to talk greasy to me. And then she told me that 50 didn't have the power to do anything, but they using his name to push the whole documentary. And that's what it was about.
Gone walked away, saying the documentary feels incomplete because it wasn't about revealing the full truth. Gene explained that exposing everything would implicate too many powerful people. Jaguar Wright even called it a mockumentary, claiming most content was old news she had shared for years, while the real explosive stories were ignored and never shown to the public.
And this is why this documentary is, I'm not calling it a documentary, I'm calling it a mockumentary. That's what I call it.
No, not Spinal Tap.
I call it a mockumentary. I feel like this whole thing is mocking me. That's how I feel. It's wild. But go ahead.
Was there anything at all that you were watching this documentary that was new information to you?
New?
Yes.
No.
From the history of Puff, him coming up, anything new?
No. There was nothing new for me.
Jaguar believes 50 Cent isn't trying to fix the music industry but wants to reshuffle power, push out Diddy and Jay-Z, and take their place. She says his goal isn't change, it's control. People are now looking back at one of 50's tweets after Diddy's conviction, where he offered himself for speaking engagements, giving off replacement vibes. Another key name is Clive Davis. Without him, Bad Boy Records wouldn't exist. He supported Diddy early, helped build the empire, and once held majority control. Yet, the documentary barely showed him. Jaguar even called Clive the devil incarnate, but that explosive footage never aired, leaving his influence largely unexamined.
His name is Clive Davis. Clive run him. Diddy don't run himself.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
P. Diddy. Diddy.
Puffy. The status of Puffy.
What do you make of that situation? All right. No comment from Clive Davis.
Once you start digging into Clive Davis, it's no longer just about artists. You're uncovering executives, lawyers, and gatekeepers who stay above the chaos. Stevie J's name also comes up. He wasn't just present, he was creating hits, living at Star Island, and aware of everything happening. When the feds raided Diddy's property, Stevie didn't back away. He stood fully defending him.
You're hanging out with Diddy in his mansion in Miami, and Homeland Security rushes in while you're there.
While I'm there, Dolo.
You're there by yourself.
Yeah. With the, you know, he has some employees there. And
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So suddenly there's red dots all over your shirt.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Lawsuits accused him of arranging escorts and being caught on leaked footage. Yet he remained loyal, raising questions about friendship, fear, or shared secrets.
Hopefully the truth will prevail.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we got to just see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to stop being there for someone I consider to be a friend to me.
As you should.
I'm not going to turn my back. And it's like, I've been scrutinized just by being a friend. I guess someone never had a true friend before.
Then there's Usher, who lived with Diddy as a teen. He once described the house as strange and later said he wouldn't let his own children experience that. At the time, people dismissed his comments, but now with more revelations, his words carry a sense of regret and caution.
I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Did you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
This brings us to Justin Bieber, who was just 13 when he met Diddy. Old footage shows Diddy boasting about spending 48 hours with him, hinting at secretive activities.
Yo, Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So
at the time, people laughed it off as jokes. Now it feels disturbing, especially with Justin later revealing feelings of betrayal, isolation, emotional pain, and being cut off from early career connections.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second.
Justin Bieber unfollowed his former manager, Scooter Braun, on Instagram, which sounds really minor.
It sounds sort of very high school.
But it is a big deal, especially for celebrities. And then the really surprising thing is after Justin did that, Scooter deactivated his entire Instagram account.
Jaguar claims there's footage that never aired, Gene says celebrities were shielded, and Katt adds that names were removed. Putting it all together, it's obvious the documentary wasn't the full story. It only showed what they thought viewers could handle. With so many names coming up and whispers of hidden material, people wonder who is protected and who might be exposed next. Was this a real reckoning or just a cover-up?